Cheers here, and today we're reviewing episode 5, A Spell at the Waterfall. So let's get on with it. Now, this episode starts off and continues off of episode 4, which has Mr. Frohike putting lights up, and then Cole and the Finders all coming through. Cole and Zane fight off the Wolf Warriors, while Master Wu's spirit closes the portal gate. As you'll see in a moment, he closes the portal gate for them, which is very cool. Zane still has the Mr. Frohike plush, and basically what happens is there's two plots. There'll be two plots here. The Cole and the Finder story, Cole and Zane story, sorry. I feel like that makes more sense. Cole and Zane story, well then we'll get the rest of the ninja story, the main story. This one's more important. We get our subtitle and we get our intro. Then we get the ninja showing off their training to Eagle and Runtu so they can tell which sides they go on. Basically, Sora and Ryu go with Runtu. Wildfire just tags along because I think she likes Runtu more. Eagle takes the other ninja to do some training. The reason why these are all split is obviously Sora and Ryu don't know Spinjitzu, while the others do, including Eren. Eren knows some sort of form of Spinjitzu. Here is where Runtu confirms that Wildfire is not another fire user. She is another heat user. She is a heat master, not a fire master. Heat, which is really cool. Here we get Bunzel's sort of flashback. We find out she is a spirit, obviously created to obviously stop the Forbidden Five. This is obviously Egalt and Runtu. They had come here to stop the spell and stop the Forbidden Five. Not the spell, the Forbidden Five. So we can see them do Spinjitzu and the Rising Dragon technique. They take them down and banish them with the spirit. The spirit actually doesn't disappear because apparently most spirits are supposed to. But the spirit actually travels the realms and stumbles upon Master Wu. This flashback takes place during the pilots, before the pilots. I presume before maybe Master Wu meets Kai. Obviously, because Master Wu still has this beard stuff along his face, so that could be a possibility. Going on further, we see some Sora and Ryu training. Wildfire does feel left out, obviously. The rest of the ninja are learning balance and motion. Motion is obviously a key, but apparently Kai and Lloyd obviously do not know what's going on inside their bodies, because when Egot tells them, are you still moving? Kai and Lloyd are like, no. But like Egot says, your heart and your body, everything inside of you is still moving and operating, which is obviously something that will be contained into doing the Rising Dragon technique. You gotta be focused and all that sort of stuff. Anyhow, there is some more meditation and guidance from Egot. Then we get a bit more about Master Wu and the spirit. Wu tells Bunzel about his loneliness in the past, obviously having gone on come and go. We'll obviously learn a bit about that in Shadowspin, but it does also cover like the Spinjitzu Brothers comic book, which is very cool. But obviously Wu has experienced a lot of loneliness when his father had left, and then when Gaon was like in and out training with Chen, then obviously going on this adventure to New Realms with this Shadow Book comic. So Wu's obviously felt loneliness many times in his life, and he basically tells Monzel, since the ninja have come, obviously he doesn't feel this anymore because they feel like family. Bunzel takes her form, as Master Wu even tells her, maybe doing something like what he does will make a good impression, make her feel good and less lonely. So she does take the form of Bunzel. Something that I have to pin the question to is, doesn't Wu find it strange that his brother is with this Skulkin, and the spirit just turned into a Skulkin? That doesn't seem weird to Wu. Anyhow, this is another Wu secret, obviously. Sora is sort of mastering these jump techniques, and so is Ryu. Wildfire dresses up in this weird design because obviously she feels left out. Um, which is, I don't really like Wildfire being left out. The ninja learns some jutsu techniques. They're spinning. Aaron sort of messes up, and Egot is very annoyed, which is upsetting. Egot does not like humans. Anyhow, we get more information about what the ninja need to do to protect Bunzel. And Bunzel basically has sort of a similar character arc to how Gio did in that episode. She didn't want to tell him because it might not make her feel a part of the group or the family. Anyhow, going along, we'll be going on a mission in the next episodes with Colzine and Bunzel. Gio will be staying behind. We'll explain why that is happening. But let me know what you guys think about episode 5. This is the midway mark of obviously the season. If I had to give my thoughts just middle of this while watching it, when I was watching it when it came out in German, sort of understanding it, I would say they've set up a lot of story, which obviously most of it needs to conclude in this first part. And obviously it will be this Bunzel arc that will conclude this part, not the Lord Ra's stuff. It'll be the Rising Dragon technique and obviously the Bunzel story. We know that because of the episodes, and it's kind of obvious in this one. But if we're gonna say anything, this is a perfect first 5 episodes. Explaining Bunzel's story and all that stuff, I don't have an issue. It's a 9 out of 10 episode. The thing that is just a little off to me is Ninjago Dragons Rising from this episode. I'm not going to talk about a future episode. When they do flashbacks, they don't do them very good. Not until a future episode, and I will talk about it then. What they do in this episode with Master Wu is they don't explain when this takes place. So we obviously take inspiration that Master Wu hasn't evaluated any events in the past or the future. This probably takes place right around when he first found Zane, Jay, and Cole. Now, hence another discussion can be added here. What about why can't this take place before the merge? Well, he wouldn't really still feel this loneliness feeling, He would have not been alone for several years at this point. I would say this one takes place then because a lonely feeling would still be weighed, I guess. But anyhow, it's all just interesting. It's depending on how you want to take it. If I give spoilers for another episode, because now thinking about it, there is another episode that does a flashback. It also doesn't really explain when this takes place. Either Cole has a flashback to Jay at another monastery, not giving at the monastery of Mysterium. This is spoilers for another episode. He lets Zane know that they hit their heads into a wall, or did some fighting techniques, and then they hit themselves to the wall or something. I can't remember what actually happens. We'll discuss it with the episode. Pretty much what happens then. Cole's like, obviously that's here, but obviously Cole and Jay are still in their core suits. Now, if anything, this can take place between Crystal at the end of Crystallized to the merge. I feel like you do need a bit of a gap there, and if they want, the Ninjago magazines can be obviously a perfect in between story, and I do like that. I do understand that, but I don't think so. I do think those can take place around then, but obviously the core suits need to come into play. And another thing is in the monasteries, since there's no murals, so you can't really tell when anything takes place anymore. Because if anything, the great explanation would be with the merge, the murals just got deleted. But we didn't see the murals anywhere else. So yeah, I don't know. But let me know your thoughts about this episode. I really liked it. Thank you guys for watching. Peace out.